Right now, for a limited time, pick up the Ultra Instinct versus Ultra Ego new merchandise line. It comes in various different types of shirts, colors, sizes, various different kinds of merch itself over on the Geekdom 101 store. I'll leave a link down below. Goku and Vegeta are lifetime rivals, and you can celebrate their latest taps into the highest levels of power by picking up one or more of these today. Links down below. Many Dragon Ball fans have been wanting them to take the Super Saiyan 4 transformation from GT and repurpose it into Dragon Ball Super, like actually take it and redo it for Super. The last time something like this happened was with Broly. Broly was a movie-only character, and in Dragon Ball Super Broly, Toriyama repositioned him, repurposed him, remade him into the series. Now, since then, a lot of fans have been wondering, because every new character, every main character gets his own new form. Ultra Instinct for Goku, Ultra Ego for Vegeta, Beast Gohan for Gohan, Orange Piccolo for Piccolo, Black Frieza. So what's going to be Broly's next evolution? I've seen a lot of people say SS4. So we're going to talk about that today. Will Broly, or can Broly, or should Broly get a remade Super Saiyan 4 transformation, and why or why not? Joining me right over here, Mike from Laughingstock Media. How's it going?
Hey guys, it's Mike here from Laughingstock Media. How's it going? And in this video, I'm definitely looking forward to talking about this subject because I actually did a video recently on my own channel talking about why Super Saiyan 4 is the best transformation. Overall, I would definitely have to say it's my favorite transformation in the entire franchise. So the idea of bringing it back in Dragon Ball Super, if it's totally diverging from GT and just making it a thing again, and then giving it to a character like Broly, I think would be kind of a cool idea. And I think that there's a lot of in-universe stuff that could also support it, which we'll be getting into throughout the course of the video.
Right. And one thing I want to make clear right now, because I've heard this throughout the community a lot, and it's very ignorant. People have been saying, well, Broly did get Super Saiyan 4 when he did the Rage form. That is not Super Saiyan 4. It's almost like people saw a different movie than me. When Broly was tapping into the Grade 8 form internally to do his Ikari form, that's not what Super Saiyan 4 is. Super Saiyan 4 is a mutation after the Golden Great Ape is born with a high level of Brute waves. So the only way for this to have been like a Super Saiyan 4 tribute is if Broly actually transformed by looking at the sun and sort of like became Super Saiyan 4. That's one way they could have done it, but that's not what they did in the film. So if you're out there, you're on social media, and you see this, it's wrong. Broly is not a Super Saiyan 4, but a lot of folks want it to be his form. Also, I was hearing some say Gohan too, but the reason for Super Saiyan 4, well, Mike, I'll pass it over to you. What do you think are some of the main reasons as to why the Super Saiyan 4 transformation works with Broly as opposed to like a Goku or a Gohan?
Well, I think the first reason why we can give is that Broly is far more, I suppose, primal than the others. Whereas the others are more conscious in terms of their developing of these new forms, of going in this direction of more like the color swap direction. Broly, on the other hand, has something unique to him that none of the others do, which is his legendary Super Saiyan form. Broly taps into what is kind of like the primal, the Devil Saiyan in a sense, in that form that brings out something that was kind of an atavism inside of him, going all the way back to the ancient Saiyans, the way that they used to be in a more primal state, and becoming a Super Saiyan, multiplying his power significantly on top of that. The Ikari, in a way, is kind of like him harnessing the power of Ozaru in his base form.
That's exactly what it is.
At the same time, it's kind of like, you know, what Goku did when he channeled the power of the Ozaru when he was a kid against King Piccolo, for instance, you know, or when he was fighting against even Mr. Popo. He didn't go Super Saiyan 4 at that time, did he? No, because in Dragon Ball GT, it's a totally different process. He already was a Super Saiyan when he went Ozaru, and then he compressed and condensed that Ozaru and Super Saiyan all together in this new branching transformation of Super Saiyan 4. No one else has done that in the current timeline, but I think that Broly makes a lot more sense to do that compared to someone like Gohan, especially because, you know, maybe Broly is more likely to grow back his tail, whereas the other characters, well, you know, their bodies have kind of seen it as a weakness and they've moved forward. We don't know how often Para gets chopped off Broly's tail. Maybe he did it every other week. We don't really know.
Yeah, we don't know. I think fans really like the way that form looks, and I think fans really like you know, just the how different it is, because it's so different. Probably the most unique looking transformation for the Saiyans. That's what I think people really like about that form. I see all the time people say that it's the only good thing about GT, which I disagree with. There's lots of good things about GT that people need to watch in Japanese and really like understand.
Yeah, especially Japanese.
Right, but the reason for me that Super Saiyan 4 works with Broly, or like a reboot of it, a remake of it from Toriyama's like Eye or whatever, is because, like you said, he's primal, he's an animal, and when Goku uses Super Saiyan 4, he gets like a furry body and his hair gets longer, but it doesn't change color. It gets longer around like the back, and so it's different. It's very different. It almost is like a monkey man. He comes off like a monkey man in many ways, and this is something nobody ever talks about, but Super Saiyan 4 resembles, albeit slightly, some of the depictions of Sun Wukong, because Sun Wukong, except for the head, looks like that where the fur is. So it fits more with the tradition of like you said, the rage, the anger, and the fact that these Saiyans are really animals and transform into them. So that's why I think it fits, and I think a lot of fans will be happy with it. But here's my question to you. If they were to reboot Super Saiyan 4, like remake it for Super, two questions. One, should they change the name? Because it wouldn't really be called the same thing. It would just look the same. And then B, would it actually look the same? What kinds of design choices would you add in there to change how it looks, to make it more unique and still have it be like a tribute to Super Saiyan 4 from GT? Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. So in terms of the name, I mean, Super Saiyan 4 as a name, I feel like has never been amazing anyway. Like, I understand why they did it. It's like the 4 Super Saiyan that we see, basically, even though I guess you could say Ozaru. But the thing is, like, it feels like Super Saiyan Primal, Super Saiyan, you know, Ancestral, like something that is different that came from before. And, you know, it doesn't really feel like a regular Super Saiyan. It feels more like a true evolution of the biology of those people.
Right. Yes.
So
thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So when it comes to Broly and him becoming one, I think that the general depiction that we get of a Super Saiyan 4 would look good, but I do kind of feel like maybe what they should do is have different hair color for every character. Like, when I've seen Broly become a Super Saiyan 4 in, like, the video games and stuff, he has, like, the red fur. But wouldn't it make more sense for Broly to have, like,
green
fur,
yeah,
you know, and Goku to have, you know, like, red fur, Vegeta to have, like, more brownish, like they showed him in the anime in the past? Like, you know, like if Trunks went Super Saiyan 4, would he have purple hair? You know, like maybe that kind of differentiates it a little bit more. I do think that Gohan might be a little bit more likely to achieve that if there's other characters who do it after Broly, just because, you know, we have Gohan Beast, for example, but also we additionally have, you know, Gohan is like a mutant himself, kind of like Broly. So like maybe you could play up on the mutant aspects without him, you know, getting blue fur and, you know, changing his name to Beast. But, you know, aside from that, maybe we should have Kelsey Grammer play Gohan, the live action version, you know, especially the Beast Gohan.
Yeah, right, exactly. No, I mean, it's funny because you mentioned the green fur. In fusions, Broly can become a great ape, and it's like a green furred great ape, so that could work. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know. I think this is like a fan wish that people really want, and when I think about it, I think, you know, I could see them doing this. I really could. But I also wonder about confusing people. Because when they introduced Kale and then Broly shortly after, it was only within a couple of years that we got Broly announced. Well, a year, actually, 1 year. Right? I think that the fact that Kale is a tribute to the original Broly, the old one from the Dragon Ball Z movies, this new Super Saiyan 4... I mean, you know, Super Saiyan Beast would have actually been a good name, but Gohan has it now. Having it come in there and having it be Goku's, like, true final form. Not Goku, Broly. Broly's true final form. Like, instead of learning God Ki, he figures out how to tap into his animalism. Like an animality from from Mortal Kombat. Those of you that play Mortal Kombat, you know the animalities. Maybe Broly, as the mutant, can do that, whereas Goku and Vegeta are more sophisticated. So maybe
Broly will turn into an Animorph.
Oh God!
If you remember that?
If anybody I don't know if anybody remembers that. Oh, I remember it, but I don't know if any. Well, I'm sure some people do. Yeah, the books.
You actually bring up a
big.
great point, though,
Right.
because with regard to like the God Key versus Super Saiyan 4, they're going to have to do a good in-universe explanation to why it competes. Because if
Well,
Broly goes
remember,
Super
bro,
Saiyan
Frieza
4
competed. Frieza competed.
Oh
He didn't have
yeah,
God
I
Key.
mean, yeah, like God Key's been really diminished, but it's kind of like if Broly goes and becomes Super Saiyan 4, for instance, I'm sure there's gonna be tons of fans who are gonna be like, well, why didn't he just achieve God Key? Wouldn't God Key and Super Saiyan Blue be a stronger multiplier than this and that?
I
I
see.
feel like they're gonna have to give a little bit better explanation. I think that the way they explain in GT's perfect files, that Super Saiyan 4 brings out your maximum potential you can achieve in your body, then that would make a lot more sense. That's also why they never gave him another form after that, because he didn't need another one. That was his true final form for Goku and then Vegeta. So, you know, like God Key is one path, but Super Saiyan 4 is an equally valid path, they could say, for example.
Right, yeah, they could. I mean, same thing with Gohan Beast. Gohan Beast, there's nothing in that transformation that resembles God Key at all. Like
Yeah.
nothing. So there's other ways to achieve transformations. I mean, there was even a clue in Dragon Ball Super the anime where they referred to Kale, like you said earlier, as the Super Saiyan demon. So it would be interesting if there was a Super Saiyan God and also a Super Saiyan demon, not necessarily a villain, just a form called Super Saiyan demon or devil or something. Because then not only that, but it would be another homage to the original Broly when he says in the first movie, "No, I'm the devil," when he blows up the planet from with the Shamorians, I think they were called or whatever.
Super Saiyan Devil. The clickbaiters win again.
The clickbaiters win, bro. Just like how a few years ago I said we're never gonna see Broly again or Trunks. Remember I made that video and then we got everything I said. It was a reverse prophecy, bro. It was like a reverse prophecy. Anyways, leave a comment down below if you have any ideas about how Broly can become Super Saiyan 4. If you think he should, let us know. And check out Laughing Stock Media as well. Bye.